On day one, I spawned in as a little cub, walking through the forest with my family. My parents went through the trees and hunted and did whatever they wanted. Man, being a bear is awesome. But then, lightning struck through the tree line, turning the immediate area into an all-out snowstorm.
You stupid bears have been running this forest for far too long. But with this, everything changes.
The large, scary wolf used his staff, aiming right at me. But my mother hit me out of the way just in time. She was now completely frozen. Mom! More bears ran in to defend the rest of my family, but they were all countered by the ice wolves.
Why even try? Wolves always reign superior in the ice, and soon we will be this forest's rightful predators!
He aimed his staff and shot it off in the distance. I looked over at the explosion and watched as it hit a very large fire tree, causing the entire thing to explode.
No, not the forest elder tree.
6 fire orbs then got shot out from the explosion, and one of them landed right on top of me. Because of this, I was transformed into a baby fire bear.
Son, you need to run.
What? Kill that cub now!
Leave me alone! I ran through the forest as fast as I could, but because of my new fiery fur, I was starting to burn. Ah, why? Why is this happening to me? Before I can escape these ice wolves, I would like to thank Epic Games for sponsoring this video. LEGO Fortnite is an awesome survival experience, taking over 1,200 existing Fortnite outfits and turning them into their LEGO counterparts. Once in, Cuddle Team Leader will show you the ropes. Start by collecting resources like wood, granite, and berries to survive. Oh, and don't forget a fire to stay warm. Not only can you build your own crafting table and shelter, but you can upgrade them to get even better gear throughout your survival experience, like a sword to fend off the spiders, wolves, and even skeletons that roam the night. You can never get lonely because by creating a village tower, various villagers from around the world will come and give you a visit. Treat them well, give them a place to stay, and they will join you in your quest. Explore and collect materials as a team, allowing you to create crazy builds, like this floating platform, for example. And honestly, one of my favorite aspects is that they brought Lego llamas in as well. To top it all off, you can emote, like a lot. Do I need to say anything else? Anything is possible in this enormous world of variety, allowing you to make your wildest creations come to life. If you really want to see what is possible, then head into sandbox mode, where you can have all materials at your ready, making your building experience limitless. I mean, look at this base I made. So check out LEGO Fortnite now, using the link in my description. Back in the woods, my hearts were getting low from the fire burning within me. And because of me, trees and the forest around me were burning.
Nowhere to run, little one!
The wolves were about to take me down, but the fire within me burned so much that I burned away, leaving nothing but ash. My flame ignited, bringing me in a strange fire-themed sanctuary. And in front of me was another fire bear, but he was very old.
I see that one of the fire seeds has chosen you.
Please help me. The fire, it hurts.
If you want it to stop, then you must accept it.
The fire bear then signaled me towards a very long hallway, and at the end of it was a large fire tornado. Okay, I began to make my way through the hallway, only feeling weaker and weaker right before I made it to the firenado. And once I touched it, I was ignited into a now fierce fire bear. I now had fire hearts, and the heat, it doesn't hurt anymore.
The fire bear's role in the forest is very important. I have held the mantle for far too long, and it's now time the torch is passed.
On day 3, I was brought out to a clearing, showing where the large fire tree was, but it was now destroyed and just a trunk. What's so important about the tree?
The tree is what holds balance in the forest, but Ptarmigan has now broken that balance. Without the heat, those wolves are the strongest amongst us all.
Just then, the seed I picked up on day 1 floated out of me and landed straight on the tree trunk. This caused the tree to grow.
Each seed that you find, bring back here, can bring the Elder Tree back and save the forest from those wolves. You must find the rest of them. My time has come.
Wait! But the fire bear disintegrated, leaving nothing but ash. It's up to me? Then I heard a yell out in the distance.
Stop it!
Huh? I walked over, only to see a little duck being attacked by a bunch of killer bees. What the? Hey!
I didn't steal anything, dudes!
Silence!
I ran in and had a feeling from inside of me rise, causing me to roar out fire. Whoa.
Leave at once!
No, don't! These stupid bees are accusing me of a crime that I didn't do!
Wait, what's going on? The bees brought me over to a neighboring flower forest, and inside of it revealed a large bee kingdom. But wait, something is wrong. The builds and terrain all throughout it seemed to be falling apart. But in the midst of everything, the bees had one of the fire seeds.
A bear made of flames? Did you steal our honey?
Wait, is that what's wrong with this place? That's why all of the builds are falling apart. No, I didn't take it, but I need that.
Bees and bears don't typically get along. But this entire kingdom is in a time of need. If you go out and find my lost honey, I will give you the fire seed.
Deal! Out of nowhere, a fiery sense triggered within me, and I went over and saw a path of pure honey leading out behind the kingdom. I think I know where to go. On day 5, I followed the trail until making it to an entrance of a very scary ice cave. Oh no, the wolves took the honey? I snuck my way through, knowing I had to be careful, until entering inside a main cave clearing, where it looked like there was a bunch of forest goods everywhere.
This is our new life from here on out! Ptarmigan will make sure of it!
I then saw over a huge hill was a large pile of honey. There it is! I began to sneak my way up to the hill, having to slowly and carefully jump through different obstacles and having to
You hear that? Oh, must be nothing.
make sure to stay hidden. I was about to make it when another wolf entered through a separate hallway.
All the prisoners are secured, including the bears.
Wait, my family! I quietly jumped down away from the honey and headed straight down the hallway the wolf came from until I entered a wide underground ice prison where rows and rows of frozen animals were trapped, including my parents. Now's my chance! I made a run for it and got halfway through the room until...
No! No! No!
Oh no! On day 6, I was hiding in the room as Ptarmigan walked in with his wolf worker.
We just need a little bit more time and...
We are out of time! Our people deserve this after what happened to our empire.
Empire?
Winter will come, and it will never leave. So, please, make sure that everything is ready. And we aren't alone. Who is there?
Oh no. How do I get out of here? Ptarmigan began to search through the ice spikes as I carefully dodged and avoided him.
I know someone is here.
I finally made it to the room's exit hallway when Ptarmigan spotted me.
There you are.
He leapt straight towards me as I ran deep within the hall. He was getting close, and I was terrified. Because of this, cracks of lava and fire spread throughout the floor and ceiling, cutting him off.
No!
I was able to escape through the cave's exit and made my way back to the bee colony.
You don't have our honey? The deal is off.
No, wait. You know what? I think I have an idea. On day 7, using my newfound lava ability, I was able to form magma molten blocks to help the build stay up. And now, because of the newfound heat, it looks like the colony's flowers were really blooming now.
It's been getting extremely cold around here, causing our home to lose our honey-making process. But it looks like your fire really helped. You may take the seed.
Yes! I went over and collected the seed, causing my fire fur and strength to increase. I was now larger in size, gained 5 more fire hearts, and my claws were imbued with flames. Awesome! From there, I went back over to the tree, and the second fire seed connected to it, causing it to grow in size again. There were now magma and fire cracks throughout the entire terrain. From there on, I quickly got to work and built myself up my very own bear-themed cave. I made sure to make everything themed in fire and had it outlooking the entire base. But just then, I heard splashing coming from the center tree. What the heck is going on? I went over to check the noise just to see that it was the duck I saw earlier. What are you doing?
Stay away from me!
Hey, get back here! I began to chase after the little creature through the neighboring forest until I used my fire to cut him off.
Okay, calm down. I'm a duck, okay? I see a pond, I swim in it.
Yeah, well, that tree is off limits. But look, I'm not going to hurt you, okay?
Oh, thank goodness. I've been on edge since the wolves arrived. My entire family, they're all gone.
Well, mine was taken, and all I want is to get them back.
Oh, follow me.
I confusingly followed the duck until we made it to the entrance of a dark-looking forest. What's in here?
I know you're looking for those fire seeds, and I saw one fall from out of the sky into there.
The two of us entered, only seeing very creepy trees and webbing everywhere. I don't have a great feeling about this. But it wasn't long until we reached a webbed dead end, and I saw high up above was one of the fire seeds. It's there. On days 9 to 10, I made a run for the fire seeds, but I then got shot at with a pile of webs. Ah! What the heck? I turned around, only to see a group of forest spiders walking out, but they were adorable. Aww.
Stop admiring our cuteness! We are the forest spiders, and you are in our realm!
From there, all of the cute spiders began to blast me with webbing. Ah, hey, knock it off! I broke from the webs and knocked one of the cute spiders back. Guys, I just want that fire seed, okay?
Oh, really? Follow me!
I followed the head forest spider, which brought me over to another part of their dark forest. But everything was completely snowed and iced over.
Our spiders love the cold, but there's something in there. An ice monster, and that fire seed is keeping that entire area warm and safe from him. So, it's ours!
An ice monster? Ptarmigan must have something to do with this. Can you show me where?
Fine. Right this way.
On days 11 to 12, the spider led me deep into the frozen forest until we reached a ruined clearing. I looked around, expecting this monster to show itself at any moment, and that's when I heard it.
I'm just gonna stay over here.
A creature made of frozen armor broke through the opposite tree line in a burst of frost. With his shout came another burst that I barely dodged out of the way from.
I was created by the great staff of the great Ptarmigan. Do you think you stand a chance? Winter is coming, and all the bears will be in permanent hibernation.
We began to fight, my fire against his ice. My roar would burn away at him, but his attacks were taking out chunks of my heart.
You got it, you big scary little bear. Come on, baby, let's do this thing.
With their inspiration, I was able to land a massive hit on the Sentinel and then finished him off with a fire roar. Yes!
You did it! Take the seed as a token of our adorable gratitude.
I went back over and picked up the fire seed, causing it to empower me. I gained 5 more hearts, and now I can shoot out tornadoes made of fire. Awesome! In my excitement, I didn't even realize how far the destruction of my battle had spread. Yikes! You guys can't stay here, and I think I have an idea. On days 13 to 14, I led the cute spiders and Abel back to my base. I got to work building up their homes by making a pond home for Abel. I still don't understand why you love water so much.
Yeah, it's way better than fire.
Watch it! From there, I also built up the spiders a cute little dark webbed forest. As I was admiring my work, I felt the fire seed emerge from me, causing the elder tree to grow even stronger. Now, the whole area was alive with elemental flame. Man, I wish my family was here to see this. Suddenly, I heard movement just outside of my base as a group of men moved in. Hunters? Everybody hide! My friends all did as I said. But while I looked to make sure they were okay, a dart hit me from behind. Ah! I started to feel so woozy. As my vision started to fade, a hunter captain approached me.
Huh, easy picking.
On days 15 to 16, I awoke slowly in a cage at the center of the hunter's camp. Tons of them walking around and looking at me.
Boy, I cannot wait to sail this thing's hide. No one has ever seen a fire bear before.
That's not good. I won't die here. I sent out my fiery tornado, blasting out the front of my cage. But every hunter in the camp took notice. I'll just let myself out. What the? Dart him! A barrage of darts came flying towards me as I ran for cover in the nearest structure. I gotta get out of here! I ran through the building looking for an exit when I found another cage with the sad-looking deer trapped inside.
A bear? Don't eat me!
They looked so sad and afraid. Hey, it's okay. Stand back. He did as I said, allowing me to blast open his cage too.
Wow, thanks.
Wait, that's the wrong way.
There you are.
I turned around and blocking my exit was the hunter captain.
I knew I should have skinned you the second I saw you. Well, better late than... Ah!
Follow me, quick!
On days 17 to 18, we escaped the hunter's camp together, running far into a nearby desert. Wow, I guess you actually did know where you were going. Thanks.
It's the least I could do after you got me out of my cage. Just returning the favor. The name's Elliot, by the way.
Nice to meet you, Elliot. I'm Fozo. I looked at our new surroundings. Was this from one of the fire seeds?
Fire seed? My family recently found something that looked kind of like that.
Wait, really?
Oh, yeah. But then the fire ants attacked.
Hold up. Fire ants? I gotta find them and get that seed. Just then, the desert around us started to fill with snow. Snow in the desert? That can only mean one thing. Elliot, hide! We both ran behind a sand dune and watched as the sky started to rumble and ice wolves began to come into the desert, followed by ptarmigan.
I know he is here. Where are you, bear?
He slammed his staff on the ground, summoning 2 icy prisons next to him. My parents! Mom! Dad!
Come out here now, or you'll never see your parents again!
No, don't!
I didn't listen as I jumped out of hiding, now face to face with the ice wolves. On days 19 to 21, Ptarmigan's wolves surrounded me.
It's about time you stopped being a coward. Stopped being so weak.
I'm not weak. Let my family go.
Silence! Your kind disgusts me.
He lunged forward to swipe at me, but I barely dodged out of the way. Why? Why do you hate us so much? What did we do to you?
Your kind thinks they own this forest. My mission is to show you just how weak you truly are.
This time, Ptarmigan lunged at me, but as I tried to dodge, he learned my movements, and his claws caught me. Ah! With only one attack, I was already super low on hearts.
The wolves are the apex predators of winter. I grew up knowing this fact and reveled in it under my father's rule. Then, when the seasons changed and when you bears came around, our empire fell! And so did my father. I vowed that day winter would come back permanently, and the bears shall all die.
Ptarmigan was about to take me out with his staff, but I was able to shoot out my fire tornadoes in time to knock him back.
Get him!
Suddenly, the ice ground below me began to crack, and I fell down into the ground. Ah! On days 22 to 26, I opened my eyes to see my new surroundings. Ah, my head! I couldn't even save my own family? What am I doing? Ah! In my rage, my roar took down one of the nearby walls, exposing a tunnel and a fire ant. Hey, you! The ant quickly skittered away up the tunnel. Get back here! I was getting even more frustrated. That was until the ant crawled into a small crack at the end of the tunnel. Hurrah! My rageful roar burst down this wall too, revealing the desert surface. Out in the distance was the small fire ant heading towards a desert ant temple. Oh, no you don't! It didn't take long for me to catch up to him and cut him off. You have the fire seed I need, don't you? I'm not leaving without it.
Oh, dang it! Fine. Come with me.
He walked towards the anthill again when I realized how small it was. I'm not fitting in there. The ant wasted no time and bit me. Because of this, I shrunk down in size. Whoa! Now the anthill was massive and the other ant was now larger. Ah!
Not so scary now, are you? I'm just kidding. This way, come on.
On days 27 to 29, we began to traverse through the giant tunnels of the anthill. Whoa, it's like a whole underground operation down here. More and more larger ants would cross our path, and it was terrifying. Finally, I was led to a central throne room where their king sat, and he had muscles?
I know why you've come here, Fire Bear. For the seed.
Yes, King Ant. I will do whatever it takes to retrieve all the fire seeds.
Well, too late. This seed is mine.
The king moved to the side, revealing the seed. Wait, you're using the power of the fire seed. That's why you're like that.
Correct. I see myself as the only one worthy enough to hold such power. Far more worthy than a stupid, naive bear.
Hey, you're wrong. I'm worthy, and I'll prove it to you.
Oh, really? Finally, a show that my fire ants have been waiting for.
On days 30 to 32, I was escorted by the king to the start of an intricate course inside of the anthill.
This course will prove who is the better champion to uphold the fire seed, if you manage to make it alive.
You're on. More ants started to crowd around to watch our race, and they began to cheer on their king.
3, 2, 1, go!
The race began as the king showed his immense speed right out of the gate. He would bounce between platforms with ease and use his wings for small bursts of flight. I gotta catch up! I leapt between platforms as well, until reaching a jump that was too high for me. I was quick on my feet though, and shot out some lava that allowed me to scale up the gap. I could see the end of the course now, and the king was practically neck and neck. He seemed extremely frustrated as he started to blast the platforms in front of me. Hey! In my anger, I rolled back towards him, knocking him off balance. With that, I was able to pass him and make it to the finish line.
No, I won't accept this!
The king ant started to attack me. He wasn't holding back and tried to crush me with his empowered strength. I was able to back away from him though and get enough room to hit him with my fire tornadoes. Because of my powerful hit, the fire seed emerged from him as the king shrunk down to a regular fire ant. I picked up the seed as quickly as I could, causing it to empower me. I gained 5 more hearts and now could use my enlarged form to crash down in a ball of flame. Awesome! On days 33 to 35, the next fire seed combined with the elder tree, just as I made it safely back to base. It's so much larger now. I think I only need a few more.
Fozo! Hey, you big lug! I think we got a bit of an issue.
I ran behind Abel as he led me to his home, where Elliot was standing. Oh, he's a friend, not an issue.
Oh, he's an issue, all right. A real annoying one.
Hey, I'll let you know I'm a great navigator.
Come on, Elliot. Let me get you a place to stay. With that, I built up Elliot his very own garden home.
Just wonderful. Thank you, Fozo. But I came here to tell you what I found out when I followed those crazy ice wolves.
You followed them?
Yes, after you escaped, Ptarmigan and his wolves led me right to where they were keeping your parents.
That's great. But to be honest, I don't know if I'm strong enough to save them.
Maybe not, but luckily I've found some help.
Elliot brought me to a small cliff in the tundra where, coming out of a tent, was a wolf. What the? I rushed towards the wolf and used my new flame crash ability to try and take him out. Ah!
Wait, stop!
I was blinded by my rage and didn't listen. Then the wolf dodged back.
Enough!
What? Who are you?
My name isn't important. What is that I'm not working for Ptarmigan.
You're not? The wolf walked over to a cliff's edge and showed me the view beyond. An entire snowy empire was being built. The Ice Wolves' new kingdom. Why are you showing me this?
I have my reasons. Ptarmigan. He'll change everything if he gets what he wants. A permanent winter.
I know. I have to stop him.
You won't have any luck unless you destroy that staff of his. And he only plans to make it stronger and stronger. You won't stand a chance without help. So, here.
The wolf threw over to me a sharp fang. Is this yours? Hey, where are you going? He then pointed out into the distance where a large icy door stood.
That gateway can only be opened using a pot from a wolf. Use my fang, break in there, and save your people.
Okay, but how do I know that I can trust you?
You don't. But do you really have any other choice?
On days 40 to 44, I made my way to the icy gateway. But as I approached, a burst of frost shot out from the wolf's fang, and it opened. I was inside of the snowy empire, stealthily walking around. There, in the center of the area, were piles of resources.
Bring over those gold materials. We need to finish Ptarmigan's new staff before he gets back.
They're making an even stronger staff? That doesn't sound good. Over to the side, I noticed a hallway leading deeper inside. Bingo! I traveled down until reaching a room full of frozen prisons. And there were my parents. I ran over and melted down the ice, entrapping them. Mom! Dad!
Wait, Fozo? Our brave boy!
Son, you've saved us. You've truly lived up to being our people's chosen flame.
I'm just so glad you're both safe. I then heard movement from the hallway as a pack of ice wolves descended into the room.
There he is! The fire bear! Get it!
They rushed in to attack, and I tried to fight them off and protect my parents. But there were just too many of them. Suddenly, one of the room's walls exploded open, and a horde of the hunters from before charged in. On days 45 to 47, all the hunters started to attack the ice wolves.
Hunt down every beast you see.
Hey, back off! I used my flame crash ability to create an opening in the chaos and saw that the hunters made the perfect exit tunnel. Mom, Dad, this way! We booked it for the opening as I saw both wolves and hunters battling it out.
That is enough!
With one powerful attack, Ptarmigan let out a wave of ice that froze all of the hunters.
Wait.
Yes, with one more upgrade, this staff will freeze the world as I command it!
His staff, it's stronger! My parents and I escaped the wolves' empire and got as far away as we could.
You really held your own in there, son. But if you want to stop whatever Ptarmigan just did, you'll need more fire seeds.
You know about those?
We do. All bears know that the Elder Tree is what holds all the balance of nature and animals.
And I think I know where you should go next.
On days 48 to 52, my parents headed back to my base as I followed their directions to the lava swamps, searching for a crocodile. What would it be doing with a fire seed? It wasn't long until I reached a pool of lava where a little bunny was hopping around. Aw, you're so cute.
Hey, watch it.
Whoa, sorry, man. I wasn't trying to be
Rude? Well, it was very rude. Let me guess. You're here looking for the magma croc? Good luck with that.
Good luck? What do you mean?
Well, if you couldn't tell, we aren't too friendly around here. And the magma croc, he's the baddest predator in the swamp. Everyone is terrified of him.
Well, he doesn't scare me. Can you take me to him?
I don't know. How about you help me out first?
The magma bunny brought me over to a tall, withering tree.
You see that last fruit up there? As you can see, my legs are for hopping, not climbing. Mind giving me a hand?
I did as they asked, scaling up the tree with my claws and dropping down the fruit to him. As he caught it, the magma bunny was suddenly much more friendly.
Sorry, I was just real hungry. Come along, man. You can follow me.
On days 53 to 56, I was brought to a large pit of magma in the swamp, and from it rose the largest crocodile I had ever seen. His roar was so powerful that it knocked me and the squirrel back. Hey!
What do you want?
I've heard that you are in the possession of a fire seed, and I need it.
Is that so? I have watched over the seed since it landed in these lands, doing everything I can to keep it safe.
That's when I noticed it. Tucked away in the bones of some deceased beast was the fourth fire seed. Look, the Elder Tree, it's almost completely healed. And with that, I'd be one step closer to bringing it back.
I won't let you take it. There are wolves everywhere outside this swamp. Your journey back is far too dangerous.
Then come back with me. Together, we can make it to the Elder Tree safely and put a stop to the ice wolves.
I cannot just blindly trust that you will have my back. You must prove it!
On days 57 to 59, the magma croc started to rain down meteors at me. Whoa! I ran around his lava pool, trying to strike at him every chance that I could. But he had been with the fire seed for a while now and had really absorbed its power. That's it. He's using this whole pool as a power source. Ah!
Prove to me that I can trust you not to back down from a fight.
I'm not going anywhere. I unleashed the most powerful fire tornadoes I could. And because of this, the croc was completely lifted up and out of the pool. With him out, his power was greatly weakened.
You have proven your resilience and quick thinking. Well done! Take the fire seed.
Yes! As I went up to the fire seed, it absorbed into me, granting me its flames. I gained 5 more hearts and could now call down my own flaming meteors. Sweet! On days 60 to 63, I made it safely back to my home with the magma crocodile, and there waiting for me were my parents. Without wasting any time, I built them up their very own bear cave next to mine.
I'm so happy we get to live as a family again.
Me too, Mom. Then I heard a loud screech as the magma croc filled another pit with lava.
I will stay here and keep these grounds safe.
With that, the 4th fire seed rose out of me and combined with the elder tree, making it grow even more. Wow, it's almost completely back to what it once was. As I said this, magical light started to flare up in the air and summoned a tiny owl?
Who of you is the one they call Fozo?
That would be me, but who are you?
Ah, the Fire Bearer. I guess she was right that you would be here. I've been sent by my queen to request your aid. Immediately!
Immediately? Why would I? Suddenly, in a large flash, the owl is in my face. Whoa!
You will meet with her because she has the final piece you need. She awaits for you on the Red Sand Mountains. Goodbye!
It was gone. Wait! The Owl Queen has the final fire seed?
Did that little guy say something about the Red Sand Mountains? I know exactly where that is.
On days 64 to 68, traveling as fast as we could, Abel and I made our way to a biome full of red sand. But to our surprise, it was all iced over.
No, no, no!
That's why the owl requested my help. This place is in ruins. We made it to the mountains and walked through a path that led us right to the Queen Owl, who was surrounded by a pack of ice wolves.
Now that we got what we wanted, we have no need keeping you alive.
Someone help!
I ran in without a second thought, leaping into the air and crashing down into them. Stay away from her!
In time, none of this will matter!
Are you all right?
I am, but my home, it's all destroyed.
I'm so sorry, but do you still have the fire seed?
No, it was taken.
And we are gonna get it back. On days 69 to 73, we followed the trail of the ice wolves that led us straight to their encampment. At its center was a strange magical circle where the wolves seemed to be performing some sort of ritual. Is that the fire seed? I burst through the encampment with my abilities, burning down wolf after wolf until I almost reached the seed, and a huge wave of frost energy erupted in the camp and sent me flying backwards. Ah! The final fire seed had been frozen over. No! I tried to use my fire to melt away the ice, but it was no use. Nothing is working.
Calm yourself. This isn't good, but
This can't be it. I need this final seed.
there is a way to reignite them. But you must go to the Keep of the Fire Bears.
We have a keep?
No one told me!
If you go there now, you may be able to thaw the seeds. But the trial that lies ahead of you is not for the faint of heart. Good luck, Fire Bear.
On days 74 to 77, Abel led the Queen Owl back to our base as I journeyed alone to the Keep of the Fire Bears. I walked all around, admiring my people's work. This place, it's amazing. Now, how do I thaw out this seed? There, in the middle of a chamber, was a giant hand reaching up out of the ground. and on it was a pedestal. Here goes nothing. I placed the fire seed onto the pedestal, and the room began to shake. Rising from the molten hand was a fire titan. Who are you?
I am the very being that chose you to wield the flames.
Well, then I'm doing my job by being here to thaw out that seed. So please, help me. If not, my entire home, everyone I love, will be taken over by the ice wolves.
I would help you, but the only way to thaw this seed is by increasing the heat of your flames to a temperature even hotter than mine. And that is impossible.
No, I'm not stopping now. We have to try.
Very well. It is time to test your flame.
On day 78 to 80, I got lifted into the air as the Titan focused a beam of endless flames right onto me. His fire was very hot that it actually started to burn. Ah!
You must accept the heat. Accept it.
I'm trying. Ah! I felt so weak. It didn't work. I failed.
It seems I was wrong about you, Fozo. It's time for you to go!
The Fire Titan then tried to take me down. His attacks burned away at my heart even more. I was already so weak, and he was the true master of fire.
The world will fall into eternal winter because of your failure.
I thought back to my family, my people, all the friends I've made along the way. I can't let them down. I won't. My rage boiled inside of me, and because of this, I let out flames like I never had before. This caused the entire chamber to burn and come ablaze.
My, that is the power of flames. I knew you had it within you. You just needed a little push.
The Titan disappeared back into the hand, and there, the fire seed was thawed. I did it. I grabbed the fire seed, causing it to empower me one final time. I gained 10 more hearts and was now the most powerful fire being in the world. On days 81 to 85, while heading back to base, I saw that every biome was covered in snow. No. Did Ptarmigan?
Yes. Yes.
I followed his voice to see him standing in the middle of all of his men with his upgraded staff.
The wolves will rule.
The entire biome turned into pure ice.
Winter has come, Ptarmigan. What are your first set of orders?
Go and kill the fire bear.
I have to get home now. On days 86 to 90, I ran as fast as I could back to my base and found everyone there was waiting for me. As I approached the elder tree, the final fire seed leapt out and merged with it, causing it to grow back to its former glory. We did it!
Fozo, this way.
I walked over to my parents at the foot of the tree's roots, and they roared out towards it. Suddenly, the roots opened up, revealing a burning light below.
Only a fire bear can enter within the elder tree. We'll wait here for you.
Thank you, every one of you. Time to see what this is. On days 91 to 94, I traveled deep within the roots as I felt the temperature around me getting hotter and hotter. The way finally opened up into the core of the elder tree. I moved up to the core and stood before it as flames started to flare out around the entire chamber.
Accept it.
I took a deep breath and accepted the power of the elder tree. It swelled within me as I grew to become an even stronger fire bear. I felt as if the entire forest was in my very own heart. But just then, I heard rumbling from up above.
The wolves! They're here!
Oh no! On days 95 to 99, I exited the Elder Tree's roots to see the entire pack of the Ice Wolves were in my base.
Take no prisoners!
No! I moved in and took out a group of Ice Wolves that were attacking Elliot and Abel.
I don't want to die!
Hey, idiot! Bozo saved us!
I looked over to see my parents were being surrounded. Mom! Dad! I knew I wasn't close enough, but I still tried to make a run for it when a flaming meteor struck the attacking wolves down.
I told you I'd defend these grounds!
Thanks. With that, we took out the rest of the Ice Wolves until only one was left.
You think you won? Taking us down means nothing! Our mission lives on with Carmageddon!
No, I have to get to him now. On day 100, I made my way to Carmageddon's empire, where I found him awaiting me with his staff.
I wish I could say it's been fun, but hunting you down has been my least favorite hunt.
It's over, Carmageddon. You don't have an army. Just give up.
Never! Winter is here to stay!
We began to fight as Carmageddon would leap towards me with reckless fury, swinging his staff wildly and attacking into me with his claws. But I was so much stronger now. Take this! I pushed him back with my flame crash and called down flaming meteors to try and take him down.
Weak! Every other creature in this vile world is powerless against me!
Carmageddon reached back and slammed his staff onto the ground, causing the same wave of frost to shoot towards me. Not this time! I called upon all of my fire abilities as I sent out a wave of flames. In one final hit, I took him down for good. And with that, this entire forest can now live naturally and in peace.